Okay, then let's welcome everyone for YouTube. Welcome guys to the show match of TaToH versus TheMax. We'll have a best of 7. Did some civ drafting over here, and you can see TaToH's civs on the left hand side, TheMax civs on the right hand side. We are starting off with Dust here, and we are looking for an entertaining series. The prize pool for now is $103.09, but might increase during this whole show match because 100% of the donations are flying in to the prize pool. So let's see what they have in store here. On map number 1, it is Dust, and it is Mr. TheMax playing in the blue trunks. Very close to the edge of the map here. Nice woodline, pretty close, especially for Dust. This is one of the better maps. On the other side, we have TaToH playing the Mongols in red. And yeah, we have to remember we don't have berries, so maybe pick Mongols for that reason. And Malians, well, this could get all pretty tricky. Oh, TaToH actually trying to go for the lane. Remember guys, we don't have any restarts in this best of 7 unless it's a bugged map. Double Eagle even flying in. Trying to spectate that. Now trying to go for the block here. TaToH is playing this super seriously. I asked them how they want to split the prize pool, and they agreed on winner takes it all. So pretty intense already here, and this looks like TaToH will be successful. TheMax is going back. Hallelujah, good start for our Mongols player. 3 elephants, 400 food each, and this is Mr. TaToH playing for you. No hills, no berries, exactly, that is Dust for you. It's not Dust 2, it's not Dust 1, it's just Dust. No DE in front of it either. And perfect time actually. Flying in when the elephant is running dry here. Gets another hit. 9 HP on the scout. That's kind of ugly that he lost that much, but honestly, still pretty sexy. And oh, what is TheMax up to? He will push some zebras. Didn't really go and try to re-steal something, but didn't know when the TC would come, so I can see why he was so cautious there. Going for 5 on wood, so kind of expecting a lot of farms here, and already adding the first one. Would have loved it to be over here a bit faster than the other ones, and this villager is trying to start some wall off apparently, and as you can see, some people would try to wall off this side, but then the woodline is a bit more exposed in the long run. And oh god, TheMax, what is he doing? This is getting super tricky. Second lumber camp already. Uh-oh, this will be a very late time, guys. This could be a very, very short game number 1 here, because we have one player struggling to get up to the feudal age, and on the other side we have a Mongols player with 3 elephants and is clicking up to feudal without loom. Total ballsy move. Now pushing some zebras. This will be some serious aggression out of TaToH. No loom indicates that there won't be a forward though, so that's a bit better for TheMax. Just think about it, if it was like pop 20 forward here against whatever TheMax will go up with, like pop 25 maybe. Could have been even more tricky for him than it is already. And yeah, he just needs to wall off. Well, that's a misplaced one. He will try to get that line again. Probably end. A lot of people big fans of TheMax. And he will play this pop 23. That is actually quite a solid achievement out of him here. Regarding this unfortunate start. That's not a lot of food dropping off here. TheMax screwing up and now queuing up another villager. That's just too ugly. I didn't do the nearly math here. And now needs to wait. I think I wouldn't even have built that villager. And I look at that. TaToH reaches feudal age before TheMax is clicking up. So the difference will be like 2 minutes, 20 seconds or something. Every second will make it harder, and this is just so brutal. Going back and forth here. Now finally he can click up, will get the walls up, which is pretty important against the Scout Rush, and then probably tries to transition into archers. 11:38 here with pop 24. Just heavy losses there on the TC. Now sending out some scouts. He really needs to make this closed here. Not sure why he's not pulling a second villager. This could get pretty ugly. Luckily for him, 9 HP on that scout. And now trying to quick wall, 6 HP, 6 HP, 29. And he's completely closed. So nice move here. And won't get killed early on. Total map control, obviously for TaToH. But going for a lot of spearmen as well. So won't go for mass scouts. Nice move here of TheMax. Getting some scout off without really risking losing his scout. So that was pretty clever. Look at how close he ran to the edge of the map. Knows, okay, I will get some scouting intel. But if I just try to scout the middle, another scout could see me and kill me because he's feudal and I'm Dark Age. So gonna love that reaction out of him and the adjustment. Thing is, what can TaToH really do? Except misplacing a farm. He already went for the eco upgrades. Double archer range now coming out of TheMax. Even building it with 2 and 2 villages, something we don't see too often. Some wolves helping out. TaToH ahead with some villager action here, but this is getting tricky. TaToH stays on scout, spearman. Obviously the archers will be super sexy out of TheMax. I believe TaToH somewhat needs to transition into skirmishers here if he wants to keep the aggression rolling for himself. Oscar now flying in. Walls are perfect here, and TheMax. So I said, for Dust, this was somewhat of a reasonable map. Honestly, yeah, he did invest a lot, but also Malians built those walls a bit cheaper. Don't like the range position. I would have loved to see it more over here as well. And, well, you can still squeeze in the TC over here, right? So that's not too bad. Straight to scout for a scout. And actually gets 2 kills. Interesting. Okay. We'll have to delete rangers. I don't expect that. I think he can squeeze in TC here. So that's fine. That's 4 times 4. Should be okay. And to stabilize here is TheMax, and yeah, this wasn't the super short game we feared. Going for the archer range now is our player from Spain, going for skirmishes as we expected. Now transitioning on to gold, probably will go for fletching as well. Gonna love those outposts, trying to get some more map vision, and the question is, will he try to defend with his skirmishes or will he try to go aggressively here? We'll see. TaToH still without loom. Let's take a look. No, he has loom now. TaToH, how much map does he see? Well, he's trying. Oh, look at that. He's patrolling all the areas in front here, so that archers can never sneak around. Very aware of all situations. Outposts as well. He doesn't want to die against the China style, which is walling, building archers, and then sneaking around into your eco. But TheMax for now is more in survival mode. 1 villager ahead, actually both recharging wheelbarrows, so looks pretty solid. And then it gets tricky. TaToH not able to really get the aggression rolling. And then we go into Carsage, where Malians kind of shine. Vehicle bonus gets better and better because, yeah, you're using it more. And that looks like a palisade gate to me. Build it now. Or don't. Okay, wants to build some houses. First here, I assume, house. And yeah, just wants to defend. I don't see the blacksmith yet. Okay, so that's what he wants to build. buying himself a bit more time. Probably needs another house down here as well. Obviously, damage output isn't that high with only 5 skirmishers here. Even microing back the villager properly. And, oh, some stone walls. So is investing a bit there. I want to see fletching. The question is, can he delay it after the upclick? Seems like that's its plan. And, the Finns. That's what I've seen in Battle of Africa as well. They still don't know about the rotation option now with gates. If you're trying to build a gate, you can rotate it by pressing Control on your keyboard and using your mouse wheel, and then it turns around, so you can always build it perfectly. Going for a stable now, trying to counter the skirmishers, and look at that! Castle Age timing earlier for TheMax. He will get some more walls up, and all those gates. Kind of think he could delete those and still have 100 stone. He will go onto a lot of army and now adding farms as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see even a second stable here if he adds that many farms. Some defense here. Do we see bloodlines? Not really, but second stable. I think bloodlines isn't really needed yet. We need Bodkin arrow first. We need crossbowman upgrade first. And yeah, for that, start actually out of TheMax. That very low KD rate here. Pretty interesting for sure. And I don't see TaToH breaking this. And even if he breaks it, TheMax is just fine. And TaToH, what is he going for? Mass Archer Skirm. That's a lot of skirms, so the Knights will be super efficient out of TheMax. He already has the +1 defense. The house at 200 HP now. Actually, getting a small boost there. Being on feudal Castle Age now. TaToH, what is he going for? He goes for elite skirmishers, he goes for crossbowmen, he goes for Bodkin arrow and builds the university. So really wants to get the pressure rolling. And comes to Robo. Is gifting his 9th package to Trirem, the guy who is now taking over the Little Kingdoms. So great work for the whole community. Thank you so much, Trirem. Thank you so much, Robo, with your 9th gift already. Still very low on the kill side here. I would have played the same as TheMax here. I'm proud of myself. Wall camp. No balls move. Congratulations. Lock-in, I will never invite you in one of my show matches. Now going for bloodlines here. What does TheMax see? It's the first time that he is actually moving out with some army. Look at what he sees of TaToH. Complete darkness. Well, he has a lot of intel. He sees that the scouts have no upgrades. He saw skirmishers. He saw crossbowmen upgrades. So he kind of should know what's up. Yeah. Glockin, you already got banned once. You want to be banned again. Ballistics now flying in for TaToH. Skirmishers at the front though, not the greatest stuff. +2 would really kill here. And TheMax is now taking this back quite nicely. Skirms at the front, TaToH trying to out-micro the crossbowman. TheMax is going to the side. Now we heard the university for TheMax as well. And a lot of skirmishers dying before ballistics actually kicking in. Only now finished. And TaToH is adding camel, but shouldn't do too much against the amount of crossbowmen still out here for TheMax. Or is he focusing down the camel? No, he is not, and that's a fight with heavy losses here. And both players kind of resetting their whole army counts. The rest of the skirmishers will die, and that was a pretty intense fight. Here, 2 more villagers for TheMax in the end, and tough spot. TaToH. Actually, his 3 scouts could have honestly really contributed in that fight. Kind of weird. TheMax now going for an aggressive monastery. Gonna love that decision. Every time both players lose all their army and are going for costly units like camels, knights, Monks are a great addition. But that was a bit ambitious, building it a bit more to the left-hand side apparently. Or as it seems. Extra TC from TheMax, non-existent. On the other side, TaToH has 1 extra TC. Getting on to stone, so we're kind of expecting another TC out of him over here at those sides. If those 2 villagers want to build it here, we will see. Or maybe over here, I think that makes a bit more sense. Could also see it at the woodline. Okay, see you Glocken in 10 minutes when you think of more qualified comments. +2 defense now for TheMax. He already has the +1 attack. Going for more crossbowmen. +1 defense missing for those, but not too important. Camels, they are not really beefy. No bloodlines yet, no defense upgrades, so the crossbowmen should really kick in. TaToH still heavily on stone here. Look at that, 5, and he's queuing up more. He's adding 2 extra TCs. Better KD for TheMax now. Obviously, he has the stronger civilizations for those scenarios. Running back now against that mass of TaToH ranged units. Trying to go for a second monastery because he expected more camels. But TaToH went on so many crosses and skirmishes. TheMax is now switching onto the siege workshop and cancelled the monastery. So you can see how well he is transitioning there. Even adding some camels of his own. I believe that's not 100% necessary. TaToH did catch up with the +1 defense, is building another TC. 7 villages ahead is Mr. TaToH. Simply because Max is still playing this from 1 TC. Has 200 stone though, so he did transition onto it. Is that more for what castle or what's the plan? Now 2 monks as well. Can he get some conversions in? TaToH still camping at home. He at the moment is the guy with the time ticking for him. 4 TCs running. Has roughly the same army mount, but the weaker army obviously. Camels there, not with the greatest upgrades. Now goes for another stable. And +2/+2 crossbowman skirmisher composition. Let's take a look what TheMax can do. This is kind of a time window closing here for TheMax. Mangnall is around. Do we see a defensive siege workshop out of TaToH? Not yet. TheMax will try to pressure this. I believe TheMax has to win this game within the next... not really win, but do significant damage within the next 3-4 minutes because his ego disadvantage will just increase every minute. Defensive siege workshop, exactly what we wanted to see from TaToH. Tries to do some micro shenanigans here, even repairing a bit, buying himself a bit more time. 1 man alone, not really doing the damage. TheMax, is he queuing up more? Not really yet. Goes for ballistics first. I believe the Mangnall prioritization could have been the better option. Defensive castle out of TaToH here. Seems pretty nice. Needs to transition into some other woodlines though. Take a look, crossbowmen, are they trying to take and engage now? Going over here, TaToH sees. How did that villager not die? Sick stuff. House of TaToH probably will go up, has some monks behind, will get some raids in his woodline though. Not a lot of villagers dying though. Some monks trying to get some converts. Indeed, only 1 villager died there. Make that 2. Make that 3. Okay. And now, oh, that will be a snipe against the 2 Mangnalls coming out. Where are the crossbowmen? They were around at the top. TaToH now beautifully taking his scouts to focus down those monks. Both monks going down. Now we have the big engagement here. TaToH, I don't really know why he's trying to take this engage. At the moment, it's so much better for him to just fall back and let his eco carry him. This is a lot of losses here, and Bloodlines only now is kicking in. This was way too late there. He lost like 8-10 camels. Magno shot missed. And yeah, he just could have camped. Maybe he thought, okay, I have a beautiful timing there against the monks and Magnots, and he did. He indeed did. But after that, maybe he should have pulled back his camels. Wait for Bloodlines, re-engage. And he has 3 stables now running for him. Yeah. Needs to expand to another woodline though. Did he scout that one? Yes, he did. This one's still pretty open. That's the beauty of Dust. Really forcing you to expand quite early. Cannot really sit behind walls too long. And TheMax, he did go up to 3 TCs, and looking at the amount of stone and those aggressive villagers, he has an idea to increase the pressure. Oh, but TaToH's on the way to Imperial Age, so the castle in the front, what will it really achieve? Yeah, we'll do some pressure against the woodline. TaToH, beautiful castle over here, realizing that this woodline needs to be secured. At the same time, that raid will probably get 3 villagers, and that's it. But this castle will go up as well. TaToH, will he pull all his villagers? As you can see, he's already migrating. Beautiful reaction out of him. And that won't be the biggest losses. Interesting that TaToH is going out with all his army, that 30% Imperial Age, and he's really missing quite a bit of shots. It's quite surprising to me. Tries to go for some more relics at the side, but needs to scout more of the south. Going for Thumbring now. Beautiful upgrade to increase basically all his units, because he's on Mangudai Crossbowman at the moment. Doesn't even care too much about his castle timing here. Is TheMax. He needs to click up to Imp pretty soon. But now even squeezing in the +2 for his skirmishers. Now with the knights in, I'm not 100% sure if I like this engagement without too much of the skirm support. But oh, TaToH didn't look for a small second, and that engage is pretty sexy for TheMax here. TaToH is trying to micro back, focuses down the camels, now finds a beautiful position there, but still enough surface area for TheMax. Skirms doing their job from behind as well. And that's all cleared up. Nice job here by TheMax. But will it really matter? TaToH only cares about his Mangudais at the moment. And yeah, he can babysit those units. Trying to focus down the crossbowman, that he can do a better job against the Knights. Bracer. Pretty sweet upgrade for TaToH there as well, finding an extra gold spot, stone spot there at the side. Goes for an extra, that's actually an extra gold spot, right? 3 tiles? That's just 4 tile 1. 3 tile. Interesting how it's positioned. That was his other 4 tile. Defensive castle over here, wants to stop that tower from going up. Not sure if we should get into that fight really. Oh well. Damage output is real. There was great. First trap out now, and we're still looking at the resources of TheMax. 200 food, 200 gold. Tricky stuff for him. Has 3 stables up. Now trying to see what he can do with his skirmishers here, but well, 2 Mangudais waiting and a castle waiting, so that won't really do too much for him. And TaToH with the same pop as TheMax, but just a better setup. He's Imp. He has probably the most cost-efficient unit in the game. He is only going for elite Mangudais. Has basically all upgrades on them except the elite Mangudai upgrade. That castle needs to be cancelled if you ask me. TheMax tries to keep up the aggression. Let's take a look. Oh, interesting. TaToH mismicroing a bit, try to go for the relic there. Conversion would be the better option actually. But, well, we'll get the relic home and we'll be happy with that. Now slowly tries to get onto the trap number he desires and free himself over there. The castle 260 HP. I think could be focused down by TheMax, but TaToH should be very aware of that. And TheMax is tapping this out before reaching Imperial Age. Tricky stuff there. TheMax, I think, lacking a bit of mangonels there. And this fight over here in front of TaToH's base was a bit too even for a guy who had to kind of all in. I think he needed to mash up more army, maybe go into mangonels and go for some more monks. Go for the all-in and try to finish this game that way. But a beautiful hold by TaToH, then the transition and went into elite mango dice there with the traps. Nice map control, didn't take any big losses all game long on his eco. Beautiful play by our Spaniard, and he will be up 1-0 here. Achievements. More kills for TheMax, but that's mainly because he was staying on Knight's Mangonel against a lot of Archer skirms. Better equal though, obviously for TaToH. That's what we saw. 30 more villagers for him as well. And now we are taking a look at the civs left over. We're now going into El Dorado. We won't have Mongols anymore, and we won't have Malians anymore. El Dorado. Indians obviously would have been the best civ there. I believe we will see... What's up with my green screen? Hallelujah. I think we will see Chinese. Grizzly. I think we'll see Chinese out of TheMax and TaToH. Incas maybe? Slavs is not the best pick. Italians is probably for Point Arena. He could go for Huns. But Huns are pretty sexy on Arabia. So are Magyars. I'm curious. I'm really curious what he will do. Maybe Incas. Incas could be pretty sexy with all those towers in the middle as well, right? Tower rush towards the middle? Would be a good option. Green screen is better now. How's the price pool? You can see that in the blue at the top. Spec delay started 130, guys. Max says Mayans, TaToH can't pick them. I think TaToH will go for Incas and TheMax will go for Chinese. Those are my predictions, but we will see. Hope you're all enjoying the show on this Sunday afternoon if you're European. Hello Glocken! I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoying your time here.
Yes.
Yes. I'm living in a beautiful world. That's been amazing today. Oh. Hey guys, then let's jump into game number 2 and we will play El Dorado, and everyone who doesn't know this map will be kind of surprised. We are starting with some deep fish in the middle of our TCs. Cannot really wall around that area, and as a very special addition on this one, we have a lot of gold and stone in the center of the map. We are only having 3 tiles of gold and 2 tiles of stone on this El Dorado version. We have the Chinese for the max, obviously loving his extra villagers to instantly start with a nice food income. Should have a pretty strong start. On the other side, we have Mr. TaToH playing the Magias, loves the food advantage here, and will go for some heavy hitters early on. And another very special thing, we are in the point of view of the max, and as we can see, we are now in the fog of war, so we cannot see what we haven't scouted, but the center area is always all visible. So if we see TaToH trying to tower rush, the max sees it as well. A lot of sheep for TaToH here. Do we see the max still sheep scouting? Yeah, and now he found sheep number 7-8. Bug maps, fish on land, I will say TaToH. And so did Roomstock, who was obviously cheering for the max. Good friend of his. Played a lot of DM together, and obviously for the Nations Cups RM as well. Probably even more on that, yeah. Indians eat fish faster. Yeah, but Indians was the first pick of TaToH, but got banned by the max. So probably would have been the strongest civ on this map, yeah. Can you dock around the TC? No, you cannot even farm. You can build palisade walls and gates though. But no houses or anything greater than 1 times X building. And TaToH, 2 villagers behind. Is he? No, he's not researching loom. So roughly 2.5 was a bit housed there. And well, what is that palisade? Okay, going for a mill now. And 1 time further away so that he can farm completely around it. Builds it very defensively here. Needs a second building to click up. That's what people sometimes forget. And the max could have the same problem as well. We take a look at that. But this villager is going to build a farm. Oh, mill behind here as well. So nice move. Or is he going on to gold? That's another option for him as well. Goes for a second lumber camp. Guys, this is tricky. I'm fearing a bit for the max that he doesn't know that he needs a second building to click up to feudal age. Obviously, that's pretty standard for most games, but in this one, you wouldn't really build the mill, but the max. Who am I doubting? Who am I doubting? Ah, you could lame the deep fish. That's actually true, if you scout there. But yeah, it's pretty close. So, oh yeah, I have never seen that before. Interesting idea. And yeah, I think you can build something, right? You can delete deep fish with docks. So I think you should be able to delete deep fish with palisades as well. Huh, I will test that another day. And we have both players up, TaToH a bit later and 2 villagers behind. So the advantage for now is in favor of the max. Let's see what they are going for and who is moving out towards the center. TaToH is not going for gold, so he stays on food only and obviously wood. So I'm expecting scouts out of him. And the max. Lumberjacks? Responding to the show match. The community is and it's a bit more than $100 at the moment. So will be double scouts. Interesting decision by the Max to go for that. Would have made sense to just go on to archers. Sponsored by me. I said I will give $100 out, and all the donations will go into the prize pool, and we had $100 before the first match started. So basically, it's you guys, not me. It's all you. Same sentence, I'm ending all my relationships. It's not me, it's all you. Jokes on me, I never had a relationship. Feels nearly man. Okay, let's focus a bit on the game, shall we? Horse color now flying in for both players. So obviously want to go onto heavy farming here. Moving to a second lumber camp. Here is Mr. TaToH walling off this area quite nicely, and Max will be safe. And yeah, both players kind of playing this very passively here. Realizing, okay, if he runs around and kills my villagers while I'm knocking at his doors, not the greatest spot ever. So better get everything rolling and wall my base up. And that's what TaToH is doing here as well. Can do those walls, but more likely will do those walls because that's easier to scout for him. Oh, actually, oh, something in between. Still open at the front though. Oh. Okay, we'll wall that up. It's all good. Max, he is running a weird way. He should have scouted TaToH completely. Indeed. And on the other side, we have full scout off as well. So both players playing this very defensively, going on to 3 extra scouts in addition to their starting scout. The fight should go in favor of TaToH, but it seems like we will just transition into Castle Age here. Both players not taking any eco. Not taking any eco losses, I wanted to say, but 3 scouts are squeezing in here, and they could focus down a villager, can focus down a farm for sure. Let's take a look. Can the Max squeeze through here? Not really getting too much done. I heard something deleted. Where are the scouts? TaToH. Oh, that will be a kill for sure. And that was open as well. Or did he delete 2 different areas? And oh, TaToH, well, 1 villager down, 1 farm down. I think the Max should just commit to kill 1 more villager here. Did we see the low HP villagers return? No, he pulled that one back and now trying to run, but that's all trapped. In the end, it will be, yeah, the map advantage for TaToH, the kill advantage here against all those scouts, but well, the better eco. And oh, speaking of better ecos, TaToH actually continued to produce more villagers and more scouts. Probably not the best option, because he cannot do anything. That's finally closed. And oh, roughly 4 villager advantage here by the Max now. Obviously Chinese bonus, got a kill on that villager. Now checking for it's a money match. Well, actually, I think he walled over here then. It was tricky. Oh, and gets a second villager. TaToH tried to wall him. Beautiful move here by the Max. He did bruise the one before and then came back for the kill. And now even gets home. Did he build a spearman? Yes. And oh! That's surprising to me. I was pretty sure the Max would simply transition into Castle Age here, but I was wrong. He is now going for the center. Scouts out. Want to see more spearmen. 2 spearmen. And the Max, now you can see he is avoiding the center. Look at how he's running around. You see that? That's a vision. Oh, TaToH sees it. TaToH sees the villagers going forward. If he actually looks at it, that's the thing. And yeah, he sees it. Now sending his villagers over will easily snag that 1 archer. But he also knows, okay, I need to close that down. Going for not the center, but the aggression on the wood line there. Quite interesting. TaToH, no bloodlines out of him. Is he even on gold? Yes, he is. This is an engagement that I think is pretty questionable here for TaToH. Fighting off against two spearmen with a bit better numbers on the scouts. Oh, not the greatest thing ever. The max is pretty much shut down though. Those villagers very low on HP now. Well, 20 and 35, so that's all reasonable. Warding that one beautifully here is TheMax defensive tower out of TaToH. He's going for the blacksmith, and this game is actually going into a completely different direction. I thought most players would just go for 4 scouts and transition into castle age and then try to push towards the middle, but it seems like some aggression feudal age is what they prefer over that. 10 HP on that tower. Oh god, that was a kill. That was a kill. That was a kill on that tower. 10 HP, he's started the tower. Instantly focused down by TaToH. Beautiful job there. And you saw, actually the tower was trying to focus a unit, but TaToH right-clicked it and killed that tower. So 175 stone lost for the max here. Was now trying to get some more stuff up, and he will with all those spearmen around. TaToH is only focusing down the villagers, but they will have enough HP, 24 and 35 there. So TaToH in some troubles here. Where is his stone? At the front here, at the right-hand side. He's not going for it yet. Max resources, as you can see, 200 food, 150 gold. TaToH with the better resources, but this looks pretty tricky. Where's the answer against that forward? Oh, not really existent. Did tower hop in? Interesting, and now we see trying to fight this off, and TaToH in a world of pain here. Might lose that stable. We will see he's going for more scouts. Really need to defend this. Spearmans. Losing their lives close to the TC here, but obviously not a lot of villagers in the TC there. Sending more villagers to the front. What are we witnessing? Buying 100 more stone to get another defensive tower up and protecting his eco. MBL now answering me when you sent this message. Well, some time ago, mate. We have this show match running for 1 hour now. I was asking MBL if he wants to join this inst. Buying stone again. 20 HP on this tower this time, but deleted this time. Trying to run around this TaToH. He has everything now. Bloodlines +1/+1. Beautiful micro there. Not taking any damage from the spearman this far. Now could micro in against that. No. Archer, he did not. Max, he is only lacking the +1 attack. Otherwise, he has all the upgrades on his scouts as well. Villager count still pretty even. But the aggression, just ridiculous here. Wow, military count 19-9. Scout still in the middle, but completely walled is the max here. He is pretty safe. Let's take a look. More villagers flying around. And TaToH, does he have a barracks? He's not really building any spearmen, but well, too many archers out of the max out as well. TaToH, he kind of needs to take an engagement now, otherwise the tower will go up. The tower, I believe, will go up nonetheless. Scouts are coming around. He needs to delete his own walls, but is on the wrong side here. This tower will go up. Archers are around. Maybe the defensive tower of TaToH will be up in time as well. It seems like the max will get cleared up here. Villager count is still even. Military count. TaToH is closing the gap. How did that happen, guys? Gold income still non-existent for TaToH. That's a big problem, but he will kill that tower here. Only a surface area of one single tile, so should maybe leave one like high HP scout there and snipe this one. Can we see the quick walls? Yes, we can. Brutal abuse here. Or brutal quick walls and 40 HP, 22, and this one got killed as well. Beautiful stuff here. TaToH so active. And the Max needs to be on his toes at all times. How is TaToH defending this? But in the meanwhile, I didn't see units of the Max for quite some time. And that means he is investing into something else. And that's Castle Age, as we can see. Going for more spearmen, going for marchers. And he will go for the control in the center. TaToH going back onto gold? Not really. Staying on more scouts against mass spearmen. Not really an option. Trying to fight down that tower now. Sends villagers back onto gold. Defensive tower by him. And, well, still a tricky scenario for Mr. TaToH here. Oh, actually losing a villager on the farms here. Really stuff for TaToH, but now we'll finally get all the units from the Max over here. He is ahead by 5 villagers, but fighting off that mass amount of spearmen, not really going to happen. I think he needs to squeeze in some skirmishers to defend this, but then it gets really tricky if he stays on feudal age skirmishers here. I think he needs to get onto castle age first. The defensive tower will surely help out in that regard. He has a market, so just selling some wood and then he will click up. Center control still for no one, so kind of the main goal of this map completely ignored for now. Scouts hiding in the middle. Kappa. TaToH up. Won't save that villager. Crossbowman, Bodkin arrow. Doesn't have a lot of archers though. So kind of interesting. Oh, trying to break through here, and this looks kind of promising. This is open, 120 HP. I think he could have. Okay, no, he could not have. Got a lot of idols. Now squeezing around with those villagers. Maybe gets a TC up. Then runs around here. Some more defensive towers. Still getting onto stone, but seems like he wants to go into woodline over here first. Nice defensive towers for TaToH, still active. He has 7 more villagers. I'm not 100% sure how he got up to this number. And you can go on to Lightcav quite nicely as well. Still has way more gold saved up as well. Look at that, 900 gold for the Max. And TaToH's looking at a strong, never do math on stream, 1.8k gold. So would be a good option. Now adding a second stable. Going for knights. Whew. TaToH stays on his 2 stables for now. Lightcap upgrade, please. Okay, thank you so much. Can we see a go somewhere? Not happening just yet. Oh, now Ugly rates the Max, +2 defense, +1 attack, bloodlines. Well, I think he needs to garrison his villagers there. And suddenly the Max is in control. TaToH, no +2 defense for him. The eco simply too weak. And what is that? A skirmisher? You can train a skirmisher here. There's the shield. Think skipping the knight and going for the +2 defense might have been the better option. But I can also see why he needed some defense here. For sure. Oh, even collecting some beautiful relics. This is so weird, guys. I've never seen a game of El Dorado with so little middle fighting. Okay, trying to go for another attack as TaToH, but the Max just too safe behind his walls. Here, Palisade at 400 HP, so some villagers around. Funny Furico, completely around 1 mil here. Could have also built a second mill. Intercepting some of the reinforcements. The Max now going for the +1 defense on his pikeman, already has +1 attack. Obviously, since he did that for his scouts. And Trying to find more holds. Not really. When is the gold running dry? 400 gold here. Still 1.5k gold for TaToH. Oh, the raid is so real. TaToH, could he maybe even consider going for ballistics here? Just for his towers? Feels so weird. Oh god, that will be a tricky forward. Let's take a look. TheMax goes for Rams. One out for now. What does TaToH see? He sees a monastery and sees this forward base, so he kind of has to know that something is coming up. Has 250 stone, and well, TheMax should know about all this light cav here in the center. Husbandry flying in, a lot of pikemen still, and TheMax is playing this with one push pretty soon. TaToH, what can he do? Maybe defensive mangonel could help out. He's still staying on his units, now trying to intercept again. TheMax even going for light cav. You know that you can go for the middle and get gold and stone. You can build TCs and towers there. Ay, ay, ay. Ignores that for now. Okay, but then TheMax probably wants to attack pretty soon. If he now attacks light cav, not a single scout left. He just accepts that he won't really fight for the middle. Oh god, TaToH expanding here without really building any new TCs. Now the push is coming in. TaToH, ay, 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 ay. Would love to see him have some skirmishers, maybe some mangonels, something to defend this. For now, it's only some towers, trying to debate some with the knights, maybe lure the monks into the range of the tower. The tower actually focusing down the monk, but out of range and missed 3 shots there. Some pikemen going down. TaToH adding another tower now, switching on to fletching. Where is he building archer ranges? Nowhere! Fletching is just for his towers. Light cav still around. He needs to control the center area. Has some light cav here. Oh, TheMax still super scared to move out. TaToH trying to hold on this beautiful map. Defensive siege workshop now. How much stone do we have? Completely out of stone. No control in the middle, so he cannot build more defensive towers. If only he had some crossbowmen here, maybe some skirmishers wouldn't be the worst thing ever as well. Now trades off quite nicely. Knight against knight here. That's a pretty bad fight for TheMax. No pikemen were around. This is pretty damn good for TaToH, and now it's moving in with all his light cav from behind as well. Trying to attack those monks, and some of the crossbowmen will get easily a kill on those monks. Now the rams are going down, and TaToH did hold this quite nicely. Now even going for heavy blow. Yeah, it's still a tricky scenario for him, but against only pikemen, the towers are doing a quite nice job, and he can always snipe down those rams. Now even the mangonel being out, and TheMax suddenly without real units to snipe down those mangonels. TaToH's holding this. That's what are we seeing, and still now TheMax out of gold. TheMax is out of gold. TaToH has a K left. 1000 gold left, and now going for scorpions. TheMax is playing a castle age all in here without going on to gold. TaToH 2 villages ahead. Military is heavily behind in numbers. But where is the killing power at the moment from TheMax? Why is he not moving out towards the middle? Let me just check his point of view. He sees it! It's all visible at all times. No movement of any villagers. He has one relic. Maybe he thinks like, I still have golden come. Whew. Scorpions and Magnots. Obviously great units against what TheMax has at the moment. Max has another 200 gold. What is he investing in? Oh, he bought 100 stone. And hallelujah, building a TC towards the middle. Light cav should position themselves over here to try to deny that. Max, what is he going for? Some villagers at the front. TaToH Scorpion Mangonel defense with some defensive towers. Isn't that lovely? Now going for another stable, going for mass light cap, and he's actually completely walled off. That's why the villagers were trapped here. Pikeman, heavy losses. KD now heavily in favor of TaToH. Those Magnals doing a great job. Oh, but nice micro here out of the Max, killing one Magnal without losing anything. And that's not enough. Magnal of the Max is now going down here against the towers indeed. TaToH needs to run, he needs to delete those walls, try to get away. This looks pretty sexy for the Max. He's also getting the gold in the middle now, and military count now is pretty deadly. 40 to only 10 and dropping lower and lower. Yeah, the Rams are lacking at the moment, so the towers are still pretty efficient. But the big thing is now the Max is on to gold in the middle, adding more stables, and he will just continue with his push here. TaToH still holding on. How many TCs does he have? We have 2 TCs for the Max. TaToH is on 2 TCs himself, adding archery ranges now. 550 gold for him in this start base. Are we fighting for the center now? Siege workshop by TaToH, and now the raid in that area. Not sure why the Max would really want to build farms over here. I think his back ego would be way more protected. The push of the Max somewhat stopped now, somewhat running out of steam. What? Denying some of the income. Shotgun arrow for TaToH. Going on to skirms, no elite skirm upgrade just yet. Obviously on Warlockings it is cheaper. The Max building another siege workshop here. TaToH, maybe a 3rd and 4th archery range could really help against what we see here. But this just looks too convincing now. A gold against no gold for the Max should just be the winner. 3rd archery range indeed. Needs more houses as well, is continuing to build villagers, and that eco is just so exposed. But TaToH has the numbers to deny that raid quite early here for sure. That siege workshop won't really be too efficient. Skirms will soon have all the upgrades. Maybe not the +2 defense, but that's not too important. But now camels. Just a unit that TaToH cannot really answer. Skirms won't perform too well against the camels. Has Bloodline, has +2, and the light cap obviously will just get shredded. No over chopping here, that's at least what I'm saying. So there's like 70 wood left. And that's reward the Max. Beautiful job there. So that the light cap are not getting in. TaToH is just hoping for a potential comeback here. He knows he's in a tricky situation. Did mix in some more knights. Can he maybe try to focus down that palisade? Will be very tricky. And that's, oh look at that, the Max even pulling away his villagers there so that he doesn't overchop. The Max far away from getting ballistics, but I believe TaToH is the guy who needs it even more. I'm not that far away with the Max actually. Okay, now taking an engagement are somewhat both players. What is this? Oh, pure trash now. Pikeman would be so much better. Oh, TaToH, that's a misclick there on the siege workshop. Now tries to go for another patrol. His skirmish is very exposed. This is the last fight here. The Max is pushing in his army, obviously, including gold units. So much better. Skirmishers are falling back. Now we see TaToH switching into pikemen as well. He is now adding more barracks. For now he only has one and is falling back even further. More rams pushing in. This feels like the Max is getting the killing blow here. 10 more villagers for the Max, 25 more military, and indeed TaToH is tapping this out here on Eldorado. Our score is 1-1. What an interesting game. It felt pretty unstandard from what I normally see. Normally, if both players are walled and go for 4 scouts, you kind of see them transitioning into Castle Age very early, but it seems like both players realized, okay, we need to get some aggression rolling here. Went heavy on scouts, added some archery engines in the case of the Max, and then kind of ignored the center for a very long time. But the Max had the nice aggression over here, held the forward base. TaToH needs to defend. Maybe could have added some skirmishes earlier on. And in the meanwhile, the Max got the center control. Therefore, was able to build knights, camels, rams, and magnets again, and killed this off quite nicely. Better KD here for the Max, but that's actually pretty reasonable for TaToH. And yeah, 3k to 5k gold in the end. And yeah, that's game number 2.